Hi everyone, Mega Shorts here, bringing you my first video in a very long time. Before I get into the main subject of this video, which will be a bit more light-hearted, I thought it'd be good to give you guys a bit of an update because obviously my communication as of late has been pretty lackluster, to be honest. So a few months after I made my last video, the pandemic came along and I had intended to make quite a few more videos, and as a result of that, with the pandemic, making videos just had to go to the back of my mind. I was working a lot more than I ever had before. I had a lot of other responsibilities and other things to attend to, and as a result of that, uh, making videos it wasn't something that I could do anywhere near as much, and I had to focus a lot of my other free time elsewhere. But I never wanted to, cast this channel aside. I've never done anything drastic with this channel. I've never intended to sort of, in the past couple of years, just leave it or abandon it. I've always wanted to keep this channel running, and when I can, put up some more reviews or collection showcases. It's just my time these days as I've gotten older and life has progressed. A lot of different things have happened, and as a result of that, I've unexpectedly ended up with a lot less time to make videos. But my passion for things like Doctor Who and all the other fandoms I'm part of is still there. It's just unfortunately I don't get the chance to sort of share it and express it with you guys as much as I used to. But I'm really grateful for all the support you guys have given me over the past few years. I never expected my videos to become as successful as they did a few years ago, and that wouldn't have happened without you. So I'm really sorry that I have been a bit of a ghost story in the past year or two, but rest assured I am still about, and I am still collecting, and I would like to provide some more reviews for this channel at some point, because I have got a lot of figures over the past couple of years that I think their reviews are pretty long overdue, so it'd be really good to share some of those with you guys at some point soon. I'm not exactly sure when I can make them, but hopefully it will be sooner rather than later. So yeah, I hope you are all well, and Happy New Year to all of you, ×2, because I didn't get to say it last year. I hope 2021 was a better year than 2020 was for you, and here's to an even better year this year. So now onto the main part of this video. I'm going to be showing you a little haul of figures that I got from a local Menkind store today. Now, going back a few years, I never really would have thought of my local Menkind store as a place for action figure collecting. They've always had fun novelty items and collector's items in there, but it's only really been in the past couple of years that they've started to get figures from NECA and McFarlane Toys, both of which I'm a big fan of. I've got several of NECA's Godzilla, Alien and Predator figures, and I've also got plenty of McFarlane's Halo figures from the past few years as well. And while I was in my local store today, I bumped into two of the Platinum Edition figures, one being from the upcoming DC Gotham Knights game, and one from the Netflix Witcher series. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with McFarlane Toys, Platinum Edition figures are rare, highly limited variants of the standard figures, which they haven't made for every single last figure, but for quite a few of the figures from The Witcher and the DC Multiverse line, they've done these much harder to find variants of them, which I believe are limited to 3,000 worldwide, as that is what a couple of the Arkham game Batman and Joker figure variants were limited to a couple of years ago. So these aren't really one you can just go into a store and find very easily. You really have to look around for them, or just scour the secondary market quite a bit and hope that you don't have to pay a massive price. So yeah, I was really pleased, and I was not expecting to bump into not one but two at the same time today. So I picked them both up very quickly, and the first one of the two is the Red Hood from the upcoming Gotham Knights game. Now, for a Platinum Edition figure, this isn't one many collectors are excited about, simply because, like some of the other DC Platinum Edition variants that they've released in recent years, it is basically just an unpainted version of the original. So in terms of colour and paint detail, it's severely lacking. But I do quite like it. I can see a lot of potential in it for customizers. I'm sure there'd be a lot of people that would quite happily get this and give it their own coat of paint, and this is better than having to paint over the existing colours and paints of the original, and it also makes a good statue figure. I guess if you want a load of characters that look like they're actually statues of characters from the Batman comics, this would be a good one for that. And it's also just a variant that collectors don't necessarily need to worry about, because for a lot of chase or limited variants like this, especially with other brands like Funko Pops, people will go far to get these variants, whether it's paying an extortionate price online or traveling a lot and, you know, having no luck on countless searches in various stores. So it's nice to have a limited variant that people can sort of look at and think, right, I don't really need that one, I'm happy with the original. So that means that people like me that quite like getting chase variants, regardless of how different or what they're like compared to the original version, it's nice that I can find something like this and think, oh, that's pretty cool, and I'll pick it up. So, you know, there's not millions of other collectors running around going after it. So the packaging for this figure is exactly the same as it would be on the original, but like the other Platinum Edition figures, it does have a special sticker that says McFarlane Platinum Edition on it. And surprisingly, this isn't actually on the Jaskier figure. You can actually see on the box of that figure that there are some little marks in the bottom right corner of the window where that sticker was. I don't know if someone in the store may have mistakenly taken it off. But yeah, just thought that was a bit odd, but I was still happy to find that figure regardless. Now, the rest of the packaging is exactly the same as it would be on the original. On the back, you do actually get a picture of the original version of the figure as well. But inside the window, you can see that the collectible card is made for the Platinum Edition, as it has got a figure of the Platinum Edition rather than the normal one. Again, it's a relatively simple variant that a lot of people might not necessarily think is very exciting, but I was pretty pleased to find it. And if I see any of the other Platinum Edition variants that have the sort of grey look like this one, I quite happily pick them up, especially if it's one like Batman or the other characters that I'm a bit more familiar with. And then next we have the Jaskier figure from The Witcher, which is actually my first bit of merchandise from The Witcher. I've got a small knowledge of the games, and I've seen both seasons of the show on Netflix, which I really enjoyed. This particular variant is actually different in the sculpt rather than the paintwork. The original version has him just sort of doing a cheeky smirk, whereas this one has him looking like he's actually smiling, or singing even. I've actually found very few pictures or videos of this particular variant online, so I'm guessing not many other people have found it yet, but I'm guessing it is just as limited as the other Platinum Edition figures out there as well. So yeah, I think it's quite a nice looking figure. It does look a lot like the actor that played Jaskier, and I think they've done a really good job with the costume. There's some really great detail in the sculpting there, and if I do get the original version of the figure at some point, I'll be sure to do a side-by-side comparison with it in the box as well. And that is pretty much it for this video. Not really much else to say really. I would like to do some more reviews for this channel at some point soon. Can't guarantee when I'll be able to make them, but again, like I said earlier on in the video, I've never done anything drastic with this channel over the past couple of years because I have wanted to do more videos. It's just the time I have these days is so much more limited than it used to be, as it is with a lot of other people and YouTubers out there these days. You know, things happen, life changes, but at the end of the day, you know, this was something that I really enjoyed doing a few years ago, and I didn't want to just, you know, close the door on it. There are plenty of figures from the past couple of years that I would love to review. I did actually pick up a few weeks ago the B&M exclusive 5 Doctors figure set, and that figure, that set even has got a figure that I've always wanted of the Rashton Warrior robot, so it'd be really nice to do a review of that at some point soon. But either way, regardless of what happens, I hope you are all well. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you found any Platinum Edition figures in the wild as well. I'd be quite curious to hear if you found any on your local collecting ventures. But yeah, for now, hope you've all enjoyed watching this video, and hopefully I will see you guys at some point in the near future.